Calories in, calories out. It's fucking simple, dickhead. Why do you want to refute what everyone in the world says is what you gotta do to lose weight? Eat less and move a whole fuck of a lot more. Go and pound the shit out of the fuckmaster and you'll get skinny as fuck. Now shut up! If only it were that simple, right? You know, you could just go to the gym, lose all the weight, and keep it off the rest of your life. How many people you know that do that? That go to the gym and then stop going to the gym and keep the weight off? It doesn't fucking happen. In the link below in the description, I recently posted this on my Facebook, Scott the Truck Driver on Facebook, from Dr. Fung, who cited a bunch of studies illustrating the fact that calories in versus calories out doesn't fucking work. But I don't need to read that fucking article to tell you that calories in versus calories out doesn't fucking work. Alright? I've been doing this a while now, and I've kept my weight off for the most part, and I've seen what happens to cause weight regain. I've seen the things that I can do that will make me regain the weight I lost. You see, once you've been obese, you know, we fucked our metabolisms up with excessive amounts of sugar, excessive amounts of processed foods, devoid of nutrition in a lot of cases. And then we wonder why when we bust our ass in the gym and lose weight and we eat 1,200 calories a day while busting our ass in the gym losing weight, that when we stop that, when we reach our goal, that the weight just creeps right the fuck back up and sometimes gets worse. Look at the Biggest Loser study, and if you need a real extreme example of this kind of mentality for weight loss that just does nothing more than makes gyms and fucking nutritionists rich while it fucking doesn't do shit except waste your fucking time. And intermittent fasting, believe it or not, is a way of caloric restriction as well. So if you stop intermittent fasting, you will regain weight, especially if you are eating carbs, sugar, and processed foods. So why the fuck is this? Well, it turns out that we used to know how to remain thin as fuck. You know, it wasn't something we had to fucking look up on YouTube. It wasn't something we had to go to the gym and talk to a nutritionist or a personal trainer to make happen. Our bodies took care of themselves. If you overate, you fucking burned more. If you underate, you fucking burned less. That is what our metabolism is designed to do. If your hormones are functioning properly, they will regulate your energy, your metabolism, how you process the calories you consume. The problem is our processed foods and sugars have fucked that whole system up. And it gets your hormones so far out of whack that because you're eating every 2 to 3 hours and you're eating carbs, sugar, and junk. Shit that used to be seasonable. You know, maybe once a year we got to eat a lot of carbs. But the rest of the time we were eating fat and protein. But we do it all fucking year, several fucking meals a day, and wonder why we got fat, and why our health is failing, and why we're getting diabetes, and why we're getting heart disease. These are all products of the way we eat and what we eat. What those calories are matters. Alright? I'm eating shit again. I'm not ketogenic anymore. But I know that to offset that, I gotta do some more extreme fasting. And it's not like we're not designed to do that. We used to not eat every day. We used to be lucky if we ate once every 3 or 4 days. And then we used to feast on that 3rd or 4th day, and we ate whatever we can find, including carbs, including meat and fat and protein. But what we coveted most in the hunter-gatherer days was fat and protein, not carbs. Carbs are what you did when you couldn't find the fucking fat and protein. So it pains me to death because I see it everywhere. It's still prevalent. Eat less, move more, calories in, calories out. I get plenty of comments from people concerned about their caloric intake when you should be concerned with repairing your hormones and metabolism. And in order to do that, you have to get rid of the carbs and sugars, at least for a while. And you'll have to periodically keep doing it, in my opinion. Like, I know I'm going to have to keto adapt again at some point. I know ADF alone isn't going to get me where I want to be and keep me there. I know if I see weight creeping up, if I see inches piling around my fucking stomach, then I need to adapt again and fix the hormones. At least that's my plan. But from my experience with 2 keto adaptation periods under my belt, I will tell you that each time I've done it, my hormones are more in balance. I regulate my weight a little bit better than I used to. And I think it's a long-term thing. You didn't get fat overnight. It's not going to go away overnight. And in order to keep it off, any intervention you do has to be lifelong. If you lose a shit ton of weight by eating 1,200 calories a day, you better be fucking ready to eat 1,200 calories a day for the rest of your life, or you will regain weight. It is scientifically proven and indisputable at this point. You will regain the fucking weight if you stop doing what you did to lose the weight. That is why I am a huge intermittent fasting advocate, because we can theoretically do this the rest of our life to keep the weight off. So if you're doing intermittent fasting and you fucking hate it, it's not for you, because it's a lifelong intervention. And it's a great one because you don't have to fucking do anything. It saves you money. You don't have to eat. You don't have to even think about it. You get a little hungry every now and then. A small fucking price to pay for better health and lower weight. And to be able to occasionally enjoy the fucked up foods without worrying about it. You don't. When I have a big fucking thing of ice cream or a fucking cookie, I'm not sitting there going, well, fuck. I'm going, well, that's no problem. I don't even think about it while I'm eating it. Because I know what I got to do in response to that to stay where I'm at. and that's a longer fast. For me, 36 to 48 hours, depending on how many days in a row I do that. With ADF, you're getting a true ADF, you're getting 36-hour fasts every other day. So it really doesn't fucking matter much what you eat on your eat days. You gotta be reasonable. You're not gonna down like a whole pizza for breakfast and then eat fucking a case of donuts or a dozen donuts at the fucking end of the day, and then fucking, you can't go buck wild, but you can eat like a normal fucking human being and at the very least maintain your weight, and in some cases lose weight on ADF. So I'd hate to keep blowing the same horn on the ADF thing, but if you're gonna eat shitty processed foods, there really is no other protocol less than that, in my opinion, to sustain weight loss. If you're lucky, you'll lose weight. You're gonna plateau if you're eating shit. There's no way around it. And the only way to optimally lose weight is to use a ketogenic approach with fasting. But if you want, you better like it, because you're gonna have to stay that way. Whatever intervention you do to lose weight has to be permanent. It's not a temporary thing. It's not, I'm going to go pound the fuckmaster 60 hours a week and lose all this weight and keep it off, because the minute you stop doing that, you will regain weight. It is the hormones and the way your body reacts, especially if you are eating shitty foods. Shitty foods will cause weight regain if you eat them all the time, all day, every day. It's gonna happen. And the older you are, the fucking worse off you are. Now, I don't want no fucking 22, 23-year-olds coming on here telling me how to fucking lose weight, blah, blah, blah. I go to the gym, it works fine, I eat blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, because us older fucks, we've been where you're at. And we were just like happy as fuck back in the day because we didn't fucking gain weight no matter what the fuck we did. I was eating donuts and goddamn Mountain Dew and all kinds of shit, and it wasn't until I turned 30 that shit caught up with me. So enjoy your time, you young fuckers out there. Enjoy it. And there's a lot less of you that can, because we're becoming more metabolically fucked up at an earlier age now than we used to. But in my generation, we generally didn't get fucked up till our late 20s, early 30s, when we really started to notice that we couldn't keep eating the way we were eating, or we were gonna fucking die. Alright? So, your hormones, insulin, leptin, are probably the two of the big ones that you need to worry the most about, because leptin's what tells you whether or not you're fucking hungry. It makes you eat more when you are losing weight. When you go to the gym, you are going to be hungrier than the guy that didn't go to the fucking gym. It is the natural way the body reacts. If you expend more energy than you take in, you are going to be fucking ravenous all the time. That is how powerful these hormones are. And sooner or later, your willpower isn't going to hold out. And you're going to be like, fuck it! Time to go to Pizza Hut. God damn it, McDonald's. Fucking Burger King. Come here, motherfucker. Let me punch you in that creepy ass mask and take your fucking burger. That is what's going to happen if you continuously pound your ass in the gym and don't eat enough. Your hormones are going to react. Not to mention, it will slow down significantly the amount of energy you burn, your basal metabolic rate. When you're just sitting on your ass, you will slow down. And it will lower the amount of energy you need to survive. And keep it there, no matter what you fucking do. So you're sitting there, you're fucking in this huge caloric deficit all the time, and then you plateau and you're like, what the fuck do I do now? It's because your body said, hey, or we can't keep burning more than we're taking in or we're going to drop dead. And it will slow your shit down and keep it there even no matter what you do. And then you're eating less, moving more, and gaining fucking weight at the same time. And if you're eating shit foods, gonna happen without fail. Keto, on the other hand, doesn't replenish your carbs. You're always in fat burning mode. And then you throw in fasting, so not only are you consuming the fat and proteins you need to survive, because you don't need carbs, believe it or not. Some would argue that. You need them for micronutrients. Let me get that straight. Greens and salads and stuff, because we don't eat all of the animal. We only eat the parts that they got at fucking Wegmans or Kroger's, alright? We don't eat the whole fucking animal, and that's where we're going to miss out on some nutrition. But, push comes to shove, macronutrient-wise, we don't need carbs. They're nice. They're good in a pinch. But there are short-term energy storage, and if we are fat burners, we can access, our fat. And that's why keto is the most efficient way. It's not sustainable for a lot of people because of food availability. I myself, as a truck driver, is very difficult to be ketogenic because I can't cook. Refrigeration is a bitch out here. Which brings me back to the old ways, We used to not have refrigerators, which meant we had to go and eat the fuck out of shit and then go a long time without eating. So, there are issues with keto that it is difficult for some people to sustain. If you can sustain it for the rest of your life and eat that way and you like it, do it, by all means. I'm trying other things because it's been difficult to maintain. So I gotta be able to eat the shitty foods. Because sometimes it's either that or don't eat. I'm being more mindful of the amount of sugar I'm taking in. I'm eating some lower sugar options versus the 100-gram sugar fucking dynamite shit all the time. I do still get some of that, but I don't do that every day. And I won't do that every day. There's days where I keep my sugar down. Because the liver can only handle so much at a time, and the more you abuse your liver, the more this grows. The fat around your midsection, which doesn't give a fuck how many sit-ups you do or anything. It is directly correlated to the amount of sugar and carbs that you eat, mainly fructose. If you overload your liver with fructose, you're making bad fat. The bad fat's going to clog up your liver, going to clog up your arteries, and it doesn't matter how athletic you are, that will catch up to you in the end. And, you can look at examples of this across the board. Tim Noakes is a good example. He became diabetic, which is a symptom of the peripheral arteries clogging up and the insulin resistance. And he developed it despite being a marathon runner and sports medicine doctor. So he knew what the fuck he was supposedly doing and still became a diabetic. Now, insulin resistance is a whole other topic, so I don't want to go into that, but that is the primary driver of our epidemic. And we took, in my opinion, our innate insulin resistance that we had from birth, and we fucked it up even more with our diet. And any culture around the world, primitive, that comes in and takes on our diet, which is cheap, devoid of nutrition, but has plenty of fucking calories, they all end up with the same symptoms. So, in summary, calories in versus calories out is not something you should worry about. It's not. It's what you are eating and how often. All right? If you're eating every day, then you got to eat clean. You got to eat low carb. If you're eating every other day, you can work in some shit, but you still got to be careful on how much shit you're eating. If you're doing 72-hour fasts every other week, or 5-day fasts once a month, you can probably be a little more liberal if you're still doing daily fasts, 18 to 23s every day. So there's all kinds of different protocols to fit your style of eating, what your sustainable level of eating is. And abs are made in the fucking kitchen. I want to slap a motherfucker every time they tell me, I'm doing setups so I can build a six-pack. No, your six-pack's already there. It's under all the fat. Get rid of the fat and guess what? You see your fucking abs. Ask a pro bodybuilder what they got to do when it's showtime. And I guarantee you they're going to be like, no carbs. Carbs, no. And they're doing intermittent fasting, by the way. A lot of them. The really successful ones, in my opinion. And that is just an illustration that while the gym is good for endurance, for health, for stamina, it is not good for weight loss. Now, you want to build muscle, you want to do all of that. Well, guess what? Muscle under fat still looks fat. Alright? Doesn't matter how muscular you are if it's got 3 layers of fat on over it. So I would prioritize losing the fat, trying to keep the muscle by exercising. But you don't need to do these fucking 6-hour cardio sessions, alright? Just live your life. Be active. Go out, go hiking, go on a bike, do what you need to do. Sorry, truck's shaking. But prioritize your diet and how often you eat over that for weight loss. Still be active, reasonable. You don't have to go nuts. It's a lot less than a lot of people. I see people pound away to lose the weight. And they're pounding, and they're pounding, and they're pounding. And sooner or later, they're going to hit the wall. It's great in the beginning. Looks awesome. I see the before and after pictures all the time. Oh, I went to the gym, blah, 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 and they got these skinny-ass bodies, and they're doing great. But if they slack, it starts creeping back up, and they panic, and they work harder. And it's not a lifelong sustainable way of weight loss. Lose it slow. Lose it at a nice pace. Go to be active in a normal situation. Don't spend all your time in the gym on the fucking treadmill going nuts when you could probably get just as much physical stamina and ability just by going out on a hike, backpacking, biking, kayaking. There's all kinds of great fun activities that don't involve going down to Planet Fitness and running in there with all the other people wasting their fucking time trying to lose weight. Go to Planet Fitness, you're going to build some muscle, or one of the other gyms, or a personal trainer. You want muscle. You want to build, which means eating more than you fucking need for your daily caloric needs in order to grow. But the problem is what you eat becomes very important in that scenario because it depends on whether or not you're building muscle or you're building fat. And a lot of people get in this bulk cut cycle to grow their muscle while not getting fucking fat as shit. And that is a whole other topic that I personally am not interested in. I'm happy with my fitness level. I can ride the bike all over the place. I can go on fucking 8 to 10 mile hikes in the woods, carrying, 20, 30, 40 pounds sometimes on my back. That, to me, as long as I can do those things and not fucking drop dead, I'm happy. I don't need to build my fitness anymore. I'm not worried about how aesthetically pleasing I am. Not a lot of, romance going on in my life right now. So, it's not a priority for me. Can I do what I want to do? Am I healthy? And can I be happy with the way I'm eating? Those are the things that I'm worried about. So, and counting calories on MyFitnessPal is not something I fucking want to spend my time doing. I find it much more effective to learn more about fasting and the way our metabolism works scientifically. Not bro-scientifically. Scientifically. But remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Have a nice motherfucking day.